Hey, this is Ricky, live streaming on YouTube at Real Talk Chimp. That's RealTalkChimp. This is part 2 of Sunset. What is it called? It's called Cliffside Sunset Waves, I guess. From numberartist.com. It's item number 50-40-LZ8211-BK. This is what we're working on. So we're going to get to it. If you like this type of content, consider hitting that like button. Share at Real Talk Chimp with your friends and family. Please comment, let me know that you're watching. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. It would be greatly appreciated if we could get to 4,000 subscribers before the end of 2026. We were working on paint number 10. Which was this dark royal blue. You can already see where it's been painted on. It is a really thick paint. Sometimes you have to mix some thinner in there, but since I don't have any thinner, we'll use the water. Alright. So we're looking for 10s. These 19s look a lot like the 10s, so be careful. Of course, if we come across any 1 through 10 that we missed, we'll go back and paint them. This is way too thick. Adding a little water to it just to get it to flow a little bit better. Got a 22 right here, so be careful. And a 22 right here and a 19 here. does not like the linen for some reason. Even though there's paint on the paintbrush, it's like it's dry brushing it. Area is so small where it wants me to paint as well. There's a 30, a 13, a 22, and a 13 right there. Super tiny little spot. Very strange paint. This is one color I may have to come back and redo after all the other colors are put in. It's just super muddy. There's a 10 on the edge over here. There's a 30 that's sitting right inside the 10. So I'm just going to stop right there. Let the 30 take over that spot eventually when we get to it. There's a mess of a 10. I think it's like the suds. You know how the water has suds? It is such an odd, weird shape that I'm having to paint here. It literally makes no sense. I think with the water, it makes it look better. It's not so muddy and dark. Because I have paint on the paintbrush. Just covered over a 19. Generally, it's just reflections anyway. Water isn't actually blue. It's a reflection from the sky, right? You ever held water in your hand? It's the color of your skin. It's just, you see right through it. So all these colors up here are coming from up above and shining down. I guess that's how I was always taught how things work, but I could be been taught incorrectly as well. Such tiny spots. It's 12. Yeah, a 40, a 25, a 15, and a 23, a 40, and a 19, all in the tiniest of spots. You would never be able to see it. You would have to use a magnifying glass to see that. And it turns out I have a magnifying glass, so check this out. I don't know if you can see all of that. All those tiny numbers all grouped up into one spot. Like, seriously? Who would see that in real life? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Sitting on the dock of a bay, watching the tide roll away. Can't sing anymore, or I'll get a copyright strike. So I put on my last live stream, which was part one, I put a bunch of music YouTube music. Like they gave me a list of their music, their licensed music to put in the video, in the live stream. Then they hit me with 11 copyright strikes right after it. Like, you gave me a list of YouTube royalty-free music on your platform, and then you hit me with 11 copyrights? I mean, come on. You can't trust it. You just cannot trust it. I don't understand. So now I'm having to fight that. I'm probably going to have to delete my whole 4-hour live stream, which was part 1 of this. I mean, I want to go to a different platform, but Twitch is no better. They're all pretty much garbage. Can't start my own because no one would find it. You just got to do what you just got to do. Or don't. Which is why I've been trying to get subscribers for the last 26 years. I don't know how these guys get the millions of subscribers and I can't even open the door. They don't do anything different than what I've done for the last 26 years. I'm still going to paint. I'm still going to build models. I'm still going to play video games, whether I live stream or not. I don't know how the views and stuff work. So I get 1,000 views on one of my videos, but not one person hits the like or subscribe button. I don't get it. Maybe you can answer that question for me in the comments. Explain how that works. When I live stream on TikTok, which I have 0 followers, 0 subscribers, I'll get like 100,000 views, but not one like, not one subscribe. But then I'll go back and I'll look at the analytics of it, and they may have clicked view, but they clicked view for 1 second and left. For 1 second? Really? Didn't even bother to see what I'm doing? They got something in the algorithm, I guess. Let me paint on there. Let's try to get some paint on here. So yeah, 1 second. You can have thousands upon thousands of views, but if they're only for 1 second or less, it doesn't do anything for your channel. Sure, it shows that it's a lot of views, but it's not. They're not real. Just like the subscribers. Most of the time, the subscribers are not organic. They're not human. They're just bots. So how I know that is because they don't respond when I ask them questions. Could at least give me an AI response, Canned response, I guess, is what it's called. Okay, enough complaining. Back to painting. Okay, looking for number 10s. You see how the paint's all smashed onto this thing here. Let's take some of this paint off here. Try to keep the paint closer to the tip if I can. And we're going to get some water and we're going to Go swish it around in here again. Try to bring some life to this number 10 paint. Okay, let's see if we can find any more number 10 spots. Itty bitty teeny weeny little spots. It looks more like just a mess everywhere, you're right. But when you set back from it, it makes sense. Let's go up at the top and work our way up at the top and see if there's any more dark blue needed anywhere. So I thought it was a sunrise, but apparently it's a sunset. Cliffside Sunset Waves. So if this is a sunset, that means it's setting in the west. So we're looking towards the sun. The sun is in the west, out yonder. Okay? It gives us an idea of where the highlights and shadows would be. Got any 10s out here? These are all 12s and 13s. There's a 10. Oh wow, okay. Oh wow, all the way going out this way. All right. Starting over here. And then over here. You know, it's crazy. Today it's absolutely gorgeous outside. It started off overcast in the early morning and then broke away once it hit like 10 a.m. Whereas yesterday, it was overcast the entire day all the way to night. Same with Monday, Tuesday, basically Monday all the way up to Thursday. And today it's Friday. And it's gorgeous outside. It's breezy. It's warm. Now, here's a strange thought. Maybe you can cooperate with me or tell me if I'm incorrect. My hypothesis that when it's cloudy outside, I don't hear any birds. But when it's sunny outside, the birds are all talking. Now, obviously, if you live somewhere like the Pacific Northwest, like Seattle, Oregon, things like that, where it's overcast all the time, maybe not all the time, but at least every time I've seen it, movies or traveling. Do the birds sing? Just a hypotenuse. Okay, so we got that 10 that went out all the way this way. It started at one point and then it just kind of went across. Trying to see if I can find, well, here's a big 10 right here. No paint on the brush. I lost it. Oh, here it is. Got some more tens here. Next to a 26 and 22. Oh, is that 10? So itty bitty. Thin line right there. Next to that happy tree. I guess none of you viewers like the content here. What are you hitting that like button? Maybe you have the down arrow. You still have the down arrow on there, right? The thumb up, the thumb down. I don't know. You can tell me what you don't like about it, or what you do like about it. Well, I see an 8 right there, so let's get a little paintbrush out before we lose that one and put the number 8 on this paintbrush. Little teardrop shape. Anything else? Sammy, do you see any more number 8s on here? No? You gonna jump up there and get your food? There you go. Okay. Is that just a one-time number 8 popping up? Okay. A one-time number 8. Put the brush in the water and come back and look for number 10s. The 13, no, 13 doesn't look anything like the 10. It's a totally different color. But on they kind of color coat the paint by numbers here to give you just an idea that let's say the 27 is a totally different color than the 40, than the 32 or the 21. They have sort of like the color coding on here as well so that you can match it up with the reference card. Okay, we're looking for number 10s. Number 10s. We may be ready for number 11, and if number 10 pops up, I mean, I have number 10 popping up of like where I used water to try to make the thing flow a little bit better. So yeah, the number 10 is going to pop up in some of those spots. But actual number 10 open spaces. So like these 19s, some of these 19s kind of look like 10s, which is kind of weird. So let's look around, see if we can find any more number 10s anywhere. Oh, there we go. So 3 number 10s. Okay, let's get some paint. Little tiny dots. Thank you for the like. I appreciate it. We now have a human. Thank you, human. Or chimpanzee or orangutan. What's your favorite ape or monkey? Put it in the comment. Or if you don't like an ape or a monkey, what's your favorite animal? What is your animal totem? What's your spirit animal? What do you think your spirit animal is? Has anyone told you what your spirit animal is? Welcome to your life. Hey. Okay. We're looking for 10s in all the wrong places. Okay, so I'm not seeing any more 10s pop up, and I know they're probably here, but they're just in tiny. I just found another number 8. Super itty bitty little dot. There you go. There's a number 8. 10s. We're looking for number 10s. Is that a number 10 or is that? Those look like number 10s to me. Those are number 10s. Okay. So we've got some more number 10s down here. Get some water on here because it's getting muddy again. I just covered right over a number as well. I'll have to use the reference guide for that one eventually. Oh, these such tiny little spots down here. Okay. I'm going to go to number 11. If 10s pop up, we'll paint the 10s. Or any numbers, like I said. Any numbers from 1 through 10. If they pop up, we'll take one of the other brushes and paint them. Just a little bit of blue on there. Okay, so here was number 10. This deep kind of royal blue. But number 11 is considerably lighter. Opposite, there's still a blue, but it is quite light. Okay. We got light baby blue. Very pretty. Oh, it's all over her hands. Okay. Oh yeah, that is definitely got some thinner inside there. That's good. All right, well I got 11s everywhere. So where to start? Okay, let's start all the way up here. Oh, that flows so much better than the number 10 paint. The number 10 was like coming out as like an oil, even though it's acrylic, but careful with the 29. Got a 15 and a 12 right there. 14. This, what is that symbol? But I don't know that. It's like a kanji symbol? Oh, nice drawing. Okay. Thank you. I didn't draw it. Numberartist.com drew it. I'm just mainly filling it in, doing the paint by numbers. But when it's complete, it'll look like this, hopefully. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I could draw something like this. Pencil. I have in the past. Landscapes are my forte over drawing people. I prefer to draw landscapes. I know it's like a comfort zone, but it's just that's something I like. I love driving and stopping and like sketching out something, taking it home with some watercolors and painting it from memory. So that's 12. 12 goes all the way around there. Is that a number 2? Hang on a second. I see a number 2. That is a number 2. Let me grab that number 2. This is number 2 right here. So I can't use the blue that I'm currently using. So it must be a little bit of sunlight poking through here. And then number 2, where were you? Right here. That's it. Just a little tiny dot of a number 2. Oh, there's a number 8 over there. We'll go over there and do that number 8. So again, like I said, as you start adding more colors to it, the numbers that you forgot will start popping out. So number 8, we saw where? Right here. Okay. Any other strange monkeys lurking around? Any strange monkeys? Not seeing anything at the moment. Close that pot there. I like that little dude waving. That's pretty good. It's time to sleep. You must be on the far coast, the away coast. Have a good rest. Pleasant dreams. Shall dream of monkeys and apes frolicking. All right, so 11. We're going back up here for number 11s. Oh, that ran right into a 27, so we'll go down this way. Okay. But thank you for visiting and hitting the like button. I appreciate it. Okay, this one kind of runs down this way here, but I need to pick up a little bit more paint. The water just kind of flowing. It may be a top of a wave. Let's see if we can see it. Yeah, so it's we're painting waves right now. Okay. And the blue that you saw up in there, that's when you're looking into the wave, like into the curl, you got a dark background basically as the water comes up and over. That's what these dark areas are here. It'll come together when we start adding more colors to it. You'll see how it works. It's really cool to make an ocean wave. the ocean waves has many colors in it because you got the reef behind it, you've got the ground under the wave and different colors. Maybe there's the different plants that are under there. As the wave comes up and starts to curl, if your camera is pointed towards, like if you're doing like videography or you're doing photography of like surfers, as they hit the curl and they're riding inside the curl, there's so many different colors, and there's different color blues. There's from dark blue all the way up to a light blue, grays and whites. And then if you're able to catch the background, the reef or the sand or any of the plants in there, maybe a fish swimming by at the last snap of the photograph, you get a lot of colors in there, a lot of reflections. It's super cool. Isn't that right, Sammy? It's super cool. And Sammy would know. Sammy was a former surfer in another life, he says. Right, Sam? When you were an astronaut and a tow truck driver, you were also a surfer? You heard it from Sammy? Sammy says so. When Sammy says so, then you know it's right. Sammy gives his stamp of approval. I've been blessed to have talking cats. I stick mainly with the Maine Coon breed, as they're big and fluffy, and they just chatter all the time. This guy, not a Maine Coon, this guy, a Norwegian forest cat, but very similar to a Maine Coon. Okay, I just realized I'm painting this number 11, but then I realized as I followed this back, it's actually a number 12 here. So I don't know where the number 11 is in this. Okay, here we go. Here's an 11. Luckily, number 12 is a very similar color, so I'll be able to paint over where I made the mistake of going over the line. Okay, so number 11. Okay, we got 11s all over the place here. All right, starting right at the edge of this cliff. Let's get a little bit more paint. Yeah, talking kitties are fun. Like Sammy is super cool. Like he'll go and explore. Like he'll go into cupboards, right? Like a normal cat. He won't open the doors. He makes me go and open the doors for him if he wants to go in. I've had a cat open doors, like just reach any kind of door, whether it was a doorknob or a turnstile or something like that. Any of they reach up and they grab with both their paws and they open the door and they start walking backwards. That type of cat. This guy, no. He loves exploring, but you have to open everything up for him. If somebody was like new coming into the house and they weren't like ready for it and all the cupboards were open, besides, the ghost that already lives in this house now, they would trip out. They'd go, why is every single cupboard open? Sammy. Sammy, it's for him to explore. And when he explores, he has the most interesting conversations. I wish I could speak cat or speak his language to figure out what he is talking about when he explores. Well, he's just like a little kid, right? Little kids have adventures when they go into a cupboard, right? They go time traveling, they're experiencing new worlds, they're seeing different things. Who knows? Sammy has the most of it. And it doesn't even matter. I could live in a place for 10 years. The next day, he'll go and explore the same cupboard he's explored a million times before and have an adventure inside there. It's so cool. It's so cool. Right, Sam? Okay, he wandered off somewhere. All right, so we're looking for number 11. So we go a teeny tiny 11 with a 12 and a 15 above it. 11 all by itself here with a 15 off to the right. Okay, a lot of 14s. Any 11s out here? No, but I got 12s out there. Any 11s anywhere else? Oh, here we go. Okay. Oh boy, do we have a lot of 11s here. Okay. Okay. I had a Maine Coon, what do they call those? A Maine Coon calico cat. It was calico because it had all the orange and black and white and brown and tan and gray and multiple colors like that. And she was born next to a nuclear power plant. And she had 10 toes on each foot. So on her hands, she had 10 on one, 10 on the other. It was the strangest alien hybrid I've ever seen. Unfortunately, because of wherever she grew up, she did not live a normal lifespan of a cat, which was super bummer. Now, the vet had said to me, you know, I can remove some of those fingers. Some of them don't even work. I said, no, they're hers. They grew to her. Why do you need to remove them? They're not doing anything. They're not hurting her at all. She's able to, she basically was like a primate. She had so many fingers that she could wrap her hand around objects like a primate can do. And most cats really can't. They can hook their tail around things, and climb and be stable. But she would like when she would climb up trees, she'd wrap her arms around the tree or the branch or whatever she wanted to climb. Oop, I just painted on an 18. Okay. That's what happens when you get sidetracked talking about kitties. Yes, I am a cat lady. I'm a Catmandu. We're going to Catmandu. Not a cat lady. Come on, man. I'm a Catmandu. It's really, really what I want to do. If I ever get out of here, I'll go to Catmandu. Okay. So let's just stream it across here. Careful, you got a 14 going that way. 12 and a 15. Oops, painted over that a little bit. All right, we got an 11 here. Get an 11 here. Let's pick up a little water. Going all the way down, we got more 11s. Kind of following a path here. Careful, you got a 12. Just kind of painted right over that. 12 is gone now. You had a 12 there. It's gone now. Okay. 15. This thing is wrapped around 15s. I know talking about cats isn't a painting thing. He's my little buddy. He's my therapy monkey. And I do love dogs as well, but where I live here, I can't. I wasn't even supposed to have any pets, but I had the Sammy already, and I asked, "Can I get a dog?" And the landlord said, "No, not supposed to have any pets here." But because I had Sammy registered as a therapy cat, federally protected therapy cat, I was allowed to have him. Let's pick up some more paint. Gonna make a curve here. And we got a 15 in there. That's 20 going around that way, so don't go into there. So this 11 goes all the way around here. It kind of goes around like a little riverbed next to a happy little tree. This is going to be difficult getting in here. To get right on the tip. That's a 12 in between the 11. Okay. So we got a little 11 right here. 11 over here. It's a 26 in there, so be careful. With a 14 right next to it. Got an 11 right off the edge of that cliff. Any more? There's one here. There's one coming off of here. I'm going to use a little bit of water to help smooth it out a little bit here. Again, when you add water in place of thinner, water will lighten up the color. Thinner will keep it moving. I don't have any thinner at the moment. Here's an 11 right here and a weird shape to kind of paint in here. Got a 12 on that side and a 31 on that side, so be careful. Let's put a little bit more paint on our paintbrush because we're just kind of dry brushing it on there. Super teeny tiny lines around the 12 and the 15. That's a 12 there. Careful of the 13 right there. Here's some more 11s. one right here. A 22 right to the left of it, or possibly a 23, a 13, a 28, a 30, a 12 right next to it. Okay. Here's an 11 that kind of just snakes around to 12. Here's an 11 again. There's 12 right below it. Okay. What's that right there? Is that a 10 or a 13? Oh, I can't even tell what that is. That's going to require a reference. Bottom right, 20. Can't get it to focus on there, sorry. I don't know what it is. Oh well. So teeny tiny, you'd probably never see it anyway. Watch it be the main focal point of the whole painting. All right, we got an 11 over here. That stops at the 15. Okay. Let's continue looking. 4 11s. Here's an 11 that goes all the way down like a snake. And pick up some water so I could go around this number 12 here. Appreciate the likes. Thank you very much. When you hit the like button, I believe it shows up in the news or wherever these feeds show up for people to watch. I don't know how it all works really. And more people can come and check it out. And again, I assure you, even though it looks like a bunch of splotches, it's only because we're sitting 6 inches apart from it. But as I sit back, you get an idea of what we're doing here. You can see all the dark that I've painted. I haven't even filled in the super dark yet. So get an idea of what we're doing here. So all these kind of light blues. We haven't put the white in for the white cap yet. But you can see the light blues that I'm painting in here. So, all right, I'm going to continue to see if we can find any more 11s. And if not, we'll work the 12s. And if I miss them, I'll go back, of course. I'll look towards the top up here in the water. So I don't see the 11s in the actual ground. This is all the ground going around this way in the face of the cliffs as they're breaking down into the water, right? I don't see 11s up there if they're using it for a highlight of some sort. Up in the clouds, I have numbers up there. I think that's an 11 right here. Okay. It could have been a 12. But right now, there is an 11. Okay. I'm going to flip the canvas upside down. We're going into the upside down because I'm now seeing 11s up in the sky. So I'm going to switch brushes on over to the big boy. Because if you have it in the water, you got to have it in the sky, the color, to get the reflection. Okay, we're going to grab the big boy here. Okay. I'm going to go down into here. Goes right off the edge. The easel's rolling away from me, so I'm going to hold on to the easel here for a moment. Got a 40 right there. Right. Is that a 5? No, that's a 15. No gone. No more 15. Been painted over. Oh, I gotta pick up the canvas here. Don't be afraid to get creative, to improvise. Why reach all the way up to try and strain your neck and your shoulders to try to get to one of these high spots when you can just flip the canvas over? Make it work for you. Okay. Is that all the 11s? Nope, there's an 11 up here. Let's get it back on the tip here. Let's see, can we switch down? That's 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to finish with the big boy here. I think we got all the big spots. We'll go back to the medium brush. Get these medium spots. Requires it. Yep. Got all that paint off of there. Okay, let's go to our medium brush. So now we're going to have some thin lines. The very shaky hand. Thank goodness we're doing sky and not like your mom's portrait, because her nose would be on the back of her head with my shaky hands. . Some sky poking through right there. Looking. There's number 11. Okay, I think that one stops. No, that one keeps going. And the 15 is on the next line out. So the line that's right here is a 15. So we stopped. And we have a 12 here, a 29 here, a 37. And then a real thin line, number 11 here. Okay. We got an 11 here next to the 15. 11 right underneath here. Got a 29 to the left here. Into a 12. That's a 15, so there's a 21 right here, just a super thin line, so I'm going to leave enough space for that one. So I didn't go up to the line for that one because that 21 is just, I don't know what color the 21 is. We're only at 11. That's a 13, that's a 31, 30. Do we have any more 11s? Do I hear 11? Going once, going twice. Any more 11s? There's a little mistake right there. Let's try that a little bit better. Any more 11s? Do you see 11s anywhere? Do you guys and gals see any 11s that I missed? Okay. I'm not seeing any more there. Let's look up in this area. Let's just keep scanning the canvas, seeing what we can see. Any more 11s? Funny that I'm dyslexic and have dyscalculia as well, so I can see numbers backwards and upside down. It's kind of crazy. I think I'm part alien. I'm alien hybrid chimpanzee human. Okay. 11. Is that a 6? Wait a second. It's an 8. Let's grab our 8. That's our 8. Let's see if I can still see it again. We're done with 11s, but put that paintbrush over there. Let's grab our little critter. Where did we see you, number 8? Oh, there you are. Just a little smiley face. The 8s keep popping out. It's so weird. Anything else? We're still looking for number 11. Okay, I am not seeing any 11s, so we will go to the 12s. So we'll wipe up off our brushes. Head to number 12. Oh, we got 12s in the sky as well, of course we do. Our little standby brush. Got a little blue on there. Well, the good thing is we're still staying in the blue colors, so it's not terrible. Okay, so We were working on number 11, which was this one here. Now we're dropping down to 12, which doesn't look all that different. Maybe a slightly darker. Plastic pot doesn't help. It looks like a slightly darker blue. Okay. Let's get our 11 pot back up there. Here is our 12. Still kind of in that light blue, baby blue sort of look. Oh, stuck our hand right into it again. Okay, I'm going to flip over the canvas again. Start with the sky. If you're just joining, my name is Real Talk Chimp. Well, my name is Ricky. The channel is Real Talk Chimp. That's RealTalkChimp. Live streaming on YouTube, part 2 of Cliffside Sunset Waves. This little critter, which is numberartist.com, item number 50-40-LZ8211-BK, Cliffside Sunset Waves. Now, on other websites, I've seen it called Cliffside Ocean Waves, Sunset Ocean Waves, Cliffside, I don't know. All right, so we're working on number 12. Okay, so we got a 12 down here. Just super close to the sunset colors. Right up against the 11. Just took out a 31. My bad. Okay. It is definitely darker than the 11 because you can see the 11 right above it, but technically right below it. Okay, now we got a 12 that's running off the canvas, so let's grab it here. Most painters would mask this off down here so they don't paint into the, oh my Lord, it went right into the 31 there. The easel jumped out of the way. The easel's like saying, nope, not having it. Not having it, sir. Okay, so 12 here. Okay, 12. We got little 12s, we'll switch to the other brush when we get to those. Got a 12 right here. Careful, got a 31 in here. Got a 12 here. I just messed up. That was a 13 right there. This is the 12 around it. Oh well. We'll just have to paint over it when we get to it. Right around that 13. Right next to a 31. This one goes off the edge as well. Every once in a while I get a whiff of the acrylic paint and it makes me cough a little bit. So there are some little chemicals in there. Be aware of that. All right, right up to the cliffside there. This is very similar to the painting I just finished. Not really, without the ocean, of course, but the one that I finished before this was that blooming desert, kind of based off of the Navajo State Park. out there in Arizona, New Mexico. The big pinnacles that you see if you're driving out on the 10, the interstate highway. Okay, so let's switch. No, wait, we got some more right here. Okay, we got this one here. Could still use this brush. A little one right here. Oh. Right there. Is that 31? Okay. Oh, there's a little one right here. But I'm going to switch to the little brush. Pick up these other ones here. Let's go. Oh, I picked up a lot of paint. Stops at the 15. Okay, there's 12 right in here, a little teeny tiny spot. Comes down, there's a 31 and a 40. Super teeny tiny little spot right below. I'm going to leave that open so I don't go over that. That's a 15. Here's the 12 that carries on. I'll have you know that it is karaoke tonight. What am I singing? Okay. All the 12s up in the sky. Okay, let's flip it around. Oh, we got to stretch out our back. Oh, we got 12s down here for days. All right, we got a 12 right close to a 13. Be careful. Although 13 is a deeper aquamarine, but it'll throw off the color for sure. Especially next to that deep blue. This is a shadow off of this. So there's a chunk of the cliff here in the water, number 30. And the shadow is coming back this way, being that this is a sunset. The sun is shining through this way, but the sun is not this direction, so this is all shadow here off of this chunk of land. It'll make sense as we start filling it in.
Okay. It's 12 right here, continues going down. It's 12 right next to a 15. Next to a 26 and a 15. Oh, I found a 10. 10, remember, being a much darker color. Don't want to mix that in with my lighter blue, so we'll use this paintbrush. Let's see if we can find that little 10 again. Right here. Weird looking little symbol. Anything else? Keep this next to us here. Go back to 12s. Got a 12 here. Next to a 22. And next to a 26. Okay. Looking around, there's a 12 right underneath the shoreline. Okay, we got a 12 all around here. All around me are little 12s. Little 12s. Can't do Depeche Mode. We'll get a copyright strike. Careful, you have 13 right next to it. Actually, that was Depeche Mode. Not Depeche Mode, I'm sorry, Tears for Fears. Two songs sound very similar. You got a 10? Oh, you got a 10 there. And let me grab that 10. Well, I can see it. Just a dot. Okay, back to 12s. Those are 13s. Do we got any 12s up here? We got a 12 right here. Got a 12 right here. Oh, we got a lot of 12s here. Okay. Got a 13 right there. Don't want to paint over the color we already painted, which is right below it. Plus that yellow one there. Very thin line, number 12 here. Another spread out gingerly. Little itty bitty 12 lines. So for that one's a little bit bigger. Okay. Kind of like little teardrop sort of shapes. Horizontal teardrops, if that's possible. Let's follow this 12 all the way up here. I'm going to use some water in here so I can smooth this out. There's a lot of little numbers inside this 12 here. 14s and 28s, and 14's now gone. 14 is eliminated. 13 is eliminated. You put those things next to a shaky hand, you're going to say bye-bye. But it stops at the 13. Okay. Looking for 12. Oh, we got a big giant 12 here that we didn't finish. Grab some water. See how that really starts to flow when you add the water to it. A little bit more paint on the brush. Get some water. It is now gone. Stops right at the 18. Okay, not trailing back that way. Oh yeah, over here. I'm going to take some of this paint off of this, getting mucky on my paintbrush. Mr. Mucky McMuckertons. A little water. Get it to flow. Tiger stripes. We got a 12 here. 12 here. Those are 13s. Those are 13s. There's a 12 right here. 12 here. 13s, 18s, 30s. Okay. I got an 8. I found an 8. I probably won't be able to find it again, but where did you go, little 8? took my eyes off you. Now I can't find you. I can't see you. If you get noticed again, I will certainly paint you. Back to our 12s. Okay, I saw a 12 somewhere over here. Oh, there's an 11. A little water on here. There's the 11. There's the 8 next to the 11 here. Okay. So let's do this. Let's paint the 8, which is here. Okay. The 11 can be painted by the 12 because they are very similar. So we're going to go paint the 11 here. The 11 here. Except what we're going to do, there's a 12 here. We're going to keep the 12. Okay, but we're going to add water to the 11s so that it lightens up the 12. Don't drip. Okay. Those are 13s. I said don't drip, and you're starting to drip. Oh my God, okay. We got 11s all over the place now popping up. We're just going to paint the 11s, the 11 color. We might as well. They're popping up to show their little friendly side. All right, number 11s. Paint us some happy trees. Okay, 11s. Now where did you go? And there's a 12 right there, 12 right there. 12s everywhere. I saw 11s. I can't see them anymore. My eyes are so messed up. I can't see them. All right, we'll hold that off to the side. Go back and paint our 12s. Can I even see the 12s? Yeah, here's a 12. Here's a 12. Here's a 12. Oh my God, 12s everywhere. I didn't think there were any 12s left. Oh, my bad. See that now? There's a 12. That's a 15. There's a little teeny tiny 12. Here's a teeny tiny 12. Here's a teeny tiny 12. Here's a 12. 12 right here. Okay, there's a 12 right here. Until the 12th of November. Okay, 12s, more 12s. Here's a 12, here's a 12. Just painted over the 29. I feel a hot breeze on my shoulder. I dial it in from south of the border. The window's open for Sammy to come in and out, and a hot breeze just rolled in here. All right, here's an 11. All right, where'd that 12 go? Here we are, 12 here. In between the 12 are two 13s, and a 28 and a 14. Okay, just like that, like you do. Looking to see if there's any more 12s in these a teeny of tiny spots. Oh, let's see, here's a 12 here, sir. Thank you, my good man. Okay, those are way too tiny. We gotta take some of this paint off this brush because we have got little dots we have to paint. Little dots. Everyone, so we're looking for those 12s that I just saw just a moment ago. Here's 12 here. There's a 12 here. One here. And one here. Stops at the 13. Right, mate. Oh, one hiding over here. Let's see. Do we have any more 12s anywhere? Oh, we got 11s over here. Switch paint brushes. And we got 11 here and here. Okay, a little mucky up there. A little monkey muck. Mucky monk. Monkey muck. All right, let's clean up with these brushes. Does anybody really know what time it is? Anybody care about time? Sorry, wrong key. Right, mate. All right, we're still looking for number 12s. Let's see here. 13s everywhere. Oh, there's a 12. And where did I see? Right here, mate. And a 12 right here. Stuck my hand in fresh paint. And there's an 11. This is why I wear the nitro gloves, because I stick my hand in fresh paint constantly. Then I'll end up sticking it somewhere else with my eye. And there's a 12 right there. Switch real quick. Where did I see it? Right here. Oh boy, what happened there? Where's that 12 go? Where did you go, sir? I have lost you. I have lost you again. And there's the 11. Let me paint the 11. There's me breathing in more acrylic. All right, back to the 12. Let's see where you are. 14s, 13s, 15s. Where did that 12 go? If you were the number 12 that I was looking for, where would you be? Oh, wow. Okay. You have a very large area here that I did not cover. Hiding in plain sight. Right over that 26, but below the 13. Add some water in here to get it to flow. The cool thing about when you go out to like a cliffside and you're looking out over the ocean and you look up and you'll see a cloud shape in the sky and then you'll see the exact cloud shape on the ocean, right? The reflection, the reflecting thing. All right, looking for the 12s. Do we span out that way because we came from the left? Do we go to the right? The left to the right to the left. Can we find another 12? We're looking for the 12. We may find an 11. I'm not seeing anymore. But I know you're there. I can't see you, but I know you're there. What movie is that from? You're right. City of Angels. City of Angels bombed in the theater, but I thought it was pretty cool. I like those metaphysical type movies. City of Angels. Looking for more 12s. I think we're going to have to switch to 13 now because I'm not seeing any more 12s. But if a 12 pops up, we will certainly paint it. Okay, 13 is going in a mucho different direction. Still a blue, but it is a funky blue. I can't quite put my finger on it. It looks like a turquoise. Okay, so we were working on the 12. We are now switching to the 13. Blammo. Considerably different color. Much darker, much richer. And when I come into these thick colors, these thick pigments, that's when I usually have problems. They're super thick and they need to have thinner put into them. So how does that look to you? Oh, light's a little funky. To me, it's like kind of like a turquoise, but I could be wrong because I am blind as well. Hence why I do paint by numbers, because I'm blind. It would be paint by braille, sir, if you were blind. And believe it or not, they do have paint by braille. But what doesn't make sense is, if somebody's blind, how do they know what colors are? I just found a 12, by the way. Aha! Aha! Trying to be logical. Don't do that. Ooh, I gotta get some water in here. This is not moving very well anymore. Okay. Only need a little bit of you because I found a 12 somewhere. Here. Okay. Put that over the alsa. All right, 13s. Let's go into the sticks. We're going to flip the canvas upside down to the sky. And we have 31s here. We're going to be careful. 31 is not 13. To a dyslexic, it is. But that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for a 13. No, not 31s. 31. That's a 13 right there. Blammo. 13. That's a 13 right there. Blammo. Those are 31s. The 1 would be on the other side, the 13. We have a 13 here. She almost has green in it into that blue. Those are 31s. That's a 13. Yeah, just as I knew, this paint is super, super thick. Gotta add a little water. My next painting, I'm gonna buy some acrylic thinner. I don't have to order it from Number Artist. I can, but we have a hobby store not that far, a few miles from me. I can go over to the hobby store and buy acrylic thinner. So it won't change the color of it, it'll just thin the paint. Okay, so that's the 13 out yonder. Very pretty color. Okay, 31s, 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 31s. Any more 13s, any 13s. Okay, I'm gonna flip us back over. So let's see if we can see the 13 on the reference card. No, it's just mixed in with everything else there. I can't see it. It's all blended in. All right, 13s. Let's look for 13s. It's almost siesta. Releasing some 15s and 14s. I know we saw there we go. I said I know we saw 13s when we were painting the 12s and the 11s. There's a little one there, and this one kind of goes up a little bit here. Drops in. Really pretty color. There's different shades of turquoise. At least I've seen it in jewelry. But this one, if you can tell me what this color is, Sammy will give you a kiss. Okay, that's a 15, that's a 15, there's a 13 right off of this one here. I just cut off part of the 22. Okay, 13 over here. Got me again. There's 13 right here. Hey, Sam. Hey, monkey. Interesting shape right here. Oh, there's a 12 right there. Can I see it again? Show me where that 12 was. There's a 12 there. 12, where were you? Okay. Let's get these 13s, and if the 12 pops back up again, we'll paint it. This is the 12. Oh, there's a 13 right here. This one is the 12. There's the 13 right there. There's another 12. There's another 12, another 12, two more 12s. There's a 12 right next to a 13. Those are 22s. So 13 up here. Going up the coast to see if we can find any more. So 13 right here. There's one right there. One right above it. Okay. So 13 over here, 13 over here. I'm definitely going to use water on this one. This is super crunchy. Right next to an 18 and a 19. 13 right here. 13 right here. Leave some space for the 19. Okay. Follow that up. Follow it down. There's an 11. Where do I see that 11 right here? Here's a 13. Oops. Dry brushing. There's a 13. There's an 11. A lot of colors just all splotched into this area right here. Okay. There's a 10. 10, I'm going to use this guy. Where did I see you? I don't know where you're at. You're gone. Oh, there's a 13. Okay. Looking. There's a big old 12 at there. Big old 12. Looks like I had started painting it and then got sidetracked. Which happens. 13 right below it. Like you do. There's a 13. I'm going to clean up some of these brushes because they're getting a little mucky. A little mucky. Okay, so 13. 13. Where did I see you, sir? Right here. It's a little snake of a 13. Changes direction abruptly. Okay. Got a 12 right there. Oh, I got a 13 right here. A 13 right here. 13 right here. Right here. Any more dropping down? No, we got 12s over there as well. So we're at a 12 right here. And we saw a 12 somewhere else here. 12 right here. Where else did we see you, sir? 13 right there, 13 right there, 13 there, there. Okay. We're going up the board again. Okay, so we've got 13. Oh my God, my eyes. Okay, so right here. Right here. Right here. Here. Plus here. And there's a 12 right there. This is such a mess right here. I can't even begin to figure out what it could possibly be. I mean, I know it's all waves, stuff for the waves, but it's so muddy with colors that it just looks like a disaster to me. Okay, those are 14s and 15s. 14s and 15s. Looking for 12s and 13s. It's a pretty mess, but it's an ugly one. All right, let's look out here anywhere else. So we're going to switch to the 14. Any more 13s? Any more 1 through 13s? Oh, I see 13s up here. Oh, there's a 10 right there. Ask and you shall receive. Will I be able to see it again? Yep, right here. This is the super dark one. Okay. Oh, there's another 10 right there. Okay, the 13s are right here next to it. Okay, any more? A whole cluster of tiny little numbers right in here. I think we can safely switch to a 14. Oh, a 13 right here. I think I painted that one already and I must have hit it with watercolor. Not watercolor, but with the water, and it lightened it up so I could see the 13 poking through. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to clean up these brushes and we'll switch to 14. And if the other ones pop up, we shall certainly paint them. There's a lot. No, it doesn't want to really come off. Switch to one of the other paintbrushes. We're done with this one. You're going in the hole. Grab you another one. All right, we got a new one here. Perfect. All right, so we were at 13, correct? 13 was that turquoise kind of color. Now we're going to 14, which is a light blue. Total opposite direction here. Completely different direction. So we don't want to get 13 on our 14 paintbrush or really screw things up. So we got a whitish blue here. A very, very light blue, sky blue, super light though. Okay, so we're at 14, we said. Let's go to the sky first and see if we got any 14s up top here. I see 15s, but I do not see any 14s up there. So let's follow the cliffside down. I don't see any in the earth. Let's follow the sky down here. We got 15s. There's a 14. There's a 14. Here's a 14. So kind of follow the pattern, starting from left to right. Follow it down. Nope. We got a 14 over here. Right up against the cliff. So I don't want to go over the cliff, of course, but there'll be a darker color there in case I do go over. Just knocked off a 30. Fourteens here. Little thinner lines. 28. Here. Here, right off the cliff again. Must be onto a beach or something out here. So maybe it's a little whitewash or something. And add a paint on the tip. Careful, there's a 22. Got it snaking off right over here. 14 there. Stops abruptly into a 15, I believe. Okay, anywhere else? Just found a 13. Two 13s, so let's grab our 13, which was this one here. Try not to stick our finger into it. Grab our little brush. Okay, anywhere else? Nope. Okay, looking for our 14s. Okay, back over here, we got a 14 here. These are the waves that are rolling in on the shore. So basically, the tide is way out here, right? These are the waves that are coming in. This is your beach inside this area here, because these are the cliff sides that run along your beach. So that's a wave coming in, a little bit of water pooling up into different spots inside this beach area. So this is a tip of a wave, I'm pretty sure. Using this color, it's not quite white. So, but, yeah, okay, here's 14 there. Careful, it runs into the 28. Those are 15s. Okay. I see any more 14s. There's a 14 all by itself right here. Weird little shape. Let's try to fill in these 14s over here. Okay. Here's 14. Just found a 13. Here's 14. 13. Just a tiny little 13 right here. A little pool of aquamarine. Okay, 14. 14 here. This continues on. Okay, we got a little 14 here in a weird shape. Just a little bit, little line. Next to a happy tree, we got a 14 that's all kinds of crazy right here. We got two 12s right there. So let's go back and knock off these 12s. So we're going to use this one. Twelves right here, just itty bitty little dots. Actually, that's not, it trails off right here. Okay. Careful, you got a 28 above and an 18 there. Okay, those were those. We're looking for 14. And anything else we happen to find? Here's a 14. Are you able to see that? Oh, my camera falling down a little bit, sorry. Oh, no, I lost that. There it is. Right up against a 15. So this is like a little Z shape right here. Here's a 14. Curve right there, but he goes off into this here, so be careful. Okay, those are 15s. Here's a 14 not by itself, but kind of wrapping around the 10. Here's a 14 off by itself on a little island here. Where did I see you? Right here. Just a little blip, one right here underneath one of the other colors. There's a 14. Real close to two 15s. Okay, that's a 40. Wow. Here's a 14. Those are 40s. 40s, 15s. Here's a bunch of 14s out here. All right, I'm going to lose this one because I'm going to hold the phone with this one here. Grab all these 14s here. So these are in the beach. It's a little whitewash in the beach. Got a 26 right there, so careful. We got a 14 by itself here. You got 14s all over the place, but they're surrounded by 15s. A little 14 by itself. A surfboard shape. Drops down. No, that's a 27. That's part of 27. So we're going to just stop it right there. There's 27. That's 29. So I cut into 29 by accident. So we'll round it off. There's a 14 here. Little boat shape. There's some kind of weird shape here. There's a 14 there. Okay. 14 looks kind of like a butcher knife, but it goes down this direction. 15 right there, so we don't want to block any of that. Okay, let's see if we can find any more 14s here. Here's a 14. The 29 above it. 31. Okay, do we get any more 14s down in here? Here's a 13. So 13, let's paint the 13. 13 was our turquoise aquamarine kind of thing, or so right here. Just kind of snakes out from the coast. Okay. There's a 13 right here hiding You got a 38 and a 40 right next to it, so be careful. Okay. I'm looking for 14s. I think we may be ready for 15. There's a 14 hiding off on its own right over here. Okay, do we see any more as we go down here? I do not. Okay, 2 hours and 18 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to switch to 15, and if 14s happen to pop up, I will certainly paint them. Let's go back in the sky. Got one in the sky. Gonna flip the canvas over and get the 14 that I missed in the sky. It's a pretty good one here. $15 that runs along that way. Kind of blend that 14 in. There's a 14 right here. Running next to a 31 and a 23. Any more 14s out here? That was it. Must be it because I don't see any more. Okay. But are there any 15? Yeah, there are 15s out here. All right, so I'm going to switch to 15. 15 looks almost identical to the 14, so it's just a shade difference. Really got a lot of paint on it. Keep our other paintbrush for any lower numbers that happen to pop up. Thank you for the like, I really appreciate it. Okay, so we were on 14, which is this one here. But the 15 looks almost identical. 14 is 0543 paint code, and 15 is 0560. So it's definitely supposed to be pigments different. I can't tell the difference, but maybe you can. So it still looks like a baby blue. Okay, so we're looking for 15s right across the board here. We got 15s. Over here, it's going to be side by side with this one here. Considerably different than the one that's right below it. I mean, this is a sky changing tonight because it's the sunset. So it's going from these lighter colors into the darker ones, and then the sunset, the sun part of it is just still kind of poking through. Okay, here's a 15. Is that 15 or 16? That's 15. I'm going to switch to the big boy, just in these spots. Right again, so 40, be careful of the 40. I can almost feather the 15 into some of these other colors, but lightly. Don't press a hard color straight into the yellows and the oranges. You can feather up to it so it almost looks like it's blended. Okay, 15. We're looking for more 15s here. These are 31s and 29s and 40s. Well, it's not going to go this way because it's too light to go into the darkness here. But we do have a 15 below it. So we'll do the 15 that's below it here. Okay, here's a 15 by itself. There's a 15 coming off this other color here. Right up to the edge of the cliff. Okay. Let's flip her back over. Okay, so we got 15s in the water. 15 here. See, it's right above this other color that we just did, which was 14. If you can see a difference, more power to you. You are extraordinary. Okay. I think we can switch back to our smaller brushes. We don't have to try fighting these edges with the 15s here. Unless we can see, well, we probably should still keep it right there. Oh, well, okay, we'll do it one more time because we got a 15 right in the water there. We can still use this guy. Oh. Watch the 27 below it. Okay, do we have any more? We got a 15 coming off the edge. It's 26, 18. Oh, we got a 13 over there. Okay. That was that dark marine. Okay. Let's use this one here for that. That 13 was over here. Actually, I have a 13 right above it. Okay. We get a 15 off to the left of it. Real close to the 40 and the 18, so be careful. Okay, that was by pretty much isolated there. We got a 15 over here. We got a 15 here. Got a 15 here. Here. Got two 15s right along the edge of the cliff. Got a 15 going across. So generally I've seen with the patterns on this particular painting, if it's on the left side, it's going to eventually move to the right side because of the way the sway of this sunlight coming in. So we got one over here by itself. Oh, it's actually a 29 right there. Okay, we got right there. So the 14 is off to the left here. And then we got the 15 right next to it. That's an 18, so we won't touch that, and a 29. But they're so similar in colors, kind of hard to tell them apart. Okay, we got a 15 here. Let's get some paint on here. All right, we got a 15 here. Oh, we do have a 14 right here. You'll never know if I make it a 15. All right, where did we go? Oh, right here. Okay. It's 18. Those are 18s. Here's a 15. Do we see anything else? These are all 18s. Oh, there's a tiny little 15. Tiny little 15 right here. Tiny little 15 right there. A little 15 right there. Okay, a 15 right here. All right, looking to the left. Got 15 over here. Isolated. There's a 15 that runs up against a 26. There's a 15. Bunch of 15s over here. There's a 14, so we're gonna hit that one there with the 15. Here's a 15. There's a weird shaped 15. Like an onion peeling. There's a 15 here. So this is where all the 15s are hiding. Okay. Little 15 right there. Okay, it shows 15 on here, right on top of the 26. So I'm not sure. I don't even see a line of where to put the 15. So there's a 15 right behind it. It must be just a tiny little sliver, but the 15 number is so prominent that I'm going to mark it out. Try to mark it out with my little pen. That 15 is ridiculous on there. Okay. Let's get rid of that. Okay. Anything else? No. You can buy this at Number Artist. It's the acrylic paint marker. It marks on anything water-based. Pigment ink, strong covering force, sunproof and waterproof. Shake several times, press tip down for a while. Recap the pen tightly. This is used to take out the numbers that are like that. Super bright or super dark or whatever. Most of the time, your colors will just paint right over them. But nonetheless, it is a useful tool. Okay, so we got 15s out here. I'm sorry, Sammy. The sneeze, the power of the sneeze. So you can look in my videos for Red Dead online, like 4 or 5 years, 3, 4 years, some time ago. I look up the video called Power of the Sneeze, and it was the most random event that could have possibly ever happened. It was like one of my first Red Dead Online videos. But I I get these random sneezes like that send Sammy flying. And I did this random sneeze, and the game glitched out. My sneeze had nothing to do with it, but the game glitched out. And I think Mike ran over the pedestrian on a horse. Like he was on the cart and he kind of bumped the horse. And the horse and the guy go flying up in the air at the exact moment I sneezed. So we had to make that video. Like I said, it's one of the first videos I uploaded for Red Dead Online, even though Red Dead came out in 2018, but it was somewhere in 2020. 20 or 22. I don't know. The Power of the Sneeze. Fortunately, it never really got very many views because back then I didn't know how to tag or do anything like that. So, The Power of the Sneeze. It was one of those loud, you know, sneezes that I made. It's a pretty funny little video. It's only a couple of seconds long, maybe 5 to 10 seconds long. Oh, we got a good size 15 right here. Right up against the cliffside here. But down onto the beach, we got another one here. Got a bigger one here. It's the shape of some type of knife. Like a butcher knife, I guess. Weird kind of shape. Okay, we got one coming off of this one here. A little one right here. Okay, those are 18s, 26s. See if we can find any more 15s anywhere. There's a 15 right here. Right here. Those are 18s. Here's a 15. Oh, a 13. Okay. Where's our other brush? Right in here. So 13. Let's see if we can find where it was. Hey, yo. Well, let's do the 15s. Let's continue on with the 15s. If the 13 pops up, we got paint on the brush, so we'll be able to paint it. But I lost it. My eyes saw it for a moment, and it's gone. Okay. We have a 15 right here. What is that? Right here. That's so weird, I can't find that 13. But I did find an 8. Is that an 8? That is an 8. 8 is a light blue. Oh my God. It glued shut. Huh. Can I find this one? Yep, right here. Bloop. That was it. Okay. Any more 8's gonna pop out? 8 seems to be that number that seems to just want to show up out of nowhere. Okay, so we're going to need that paintbrush again for the 13 if we ever find it again. Okay, put a little 13 paint on that brush and move it aside. Still working on the 15s. Okay. It's an 18, 30s, looking for 15s. Here's a 15. Any more 15s anywhere? Let's look up this way. I see 4s, but 4s are they're just coming through the yellow sunlight. Any 15s up in the sky? We do have a 15 up in the sky, right up here. go? There's a 13 right there. Okay. So let's get that 13 up here. There's a 15. So I know that the camera's down. There's a 15 up there. That's the 15 we were working on, but I lost it when I dipped it into the paintbrush into the paint. Okay. Any more 15s or 13s? There's a 13 way up here, but it's running along the line of the top of the cliff. That's it. That was it. There's a little line right there. Okay, those are 16s and 17s. Let's see if there's any more down here somewhere. Oh yeah, we got a bunch of 15s right there. Okay. Right next to a 26, as well as on this line, a 15 right next to a 26. 15 by itself. Kind of going over the lines there a little bit. It's an 18. There's a 15. Here's a 15. Is that a 14? Here's a 15 right here. There's a 14 right there. Well, it's light enough that, again, it'll look just like this one here. But I lost it again. There it is. Okay. There's a 15 on the tip. I can't tell what that is. Is that a 15 or an 18? That is a 15. Okay. There's a 15 right here next to the 29. Oh, my neck. I need to stretch out. There's a 15 right here. There's a 15. Snaking down this way. Taking an abrupt right. Here's a 15. Oh, wow. This one goes all the way out to here. Got 18s on either side. You got a 29. 26. 22. Right into that 15 right there. But then it stops right here because you got a 28 that comes around and a 26 that comes around this way. Okay. Those are 18s. Got a 13. Well, this is the 13 that I've lost a couple of times now, trying to find. And it's gone again. Oh, there's 15s around here. There's a 15 right here. Here's a 15. Here's a 15. Let's see what this is right here. It's a 15. Itty bitty little line right here. Right here. Okay, here's a 15 right there. It's an 18. There's an itty bitty 15 right here. There's a 15 right in here, but it's so small you can barely even see it. That's the one that's mixed up with the 20, the 40, and the 23 that we looked at earlier in the day. 16s. These numbers are so freaking tiny. Now, where did that 13 go, you think? Where could it have gone? I do not know. I'm back. Sebastian Hallahan. How you doing there? Oh yeah, you are back. Look at you. Oh, you made your first short video? Okay, I'll check it out. After I finish live streaming, I'll go and check it out. That's good. I'm glad you're back to uploading content. You certainly should. You know, the cool thing about uploading content, this may sound weird. You can actually put it on a resume. I know you're pretty young, though, and you don't have a resume, but eventually when you start working, you'll want things on your resume, and one of the things is content creator. You don't need a degree for it. Everyone does it, but it's something that you could actually put on a resume. I actually saw that. So, all right, here's a 15 over here. Right here. That right there. Oh, let's see, we cover that up. Okay. That's a 25. There's a 15 hiding up over here. Yes, this would be painting number, is this number 5? I think this is painting number 5. All right, because we have, okay, so we have the Sakura Stone Path, the Cozy Reading Nook, the Blooming Desert, the other kind of sunset wavy oceany thing. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, this is painting number 5. And there are still 3 more that I have to paint. Plus I have a few more model kits coming in as well, the wooden puzzle model kits, because I got the Cozy Reading Nook model kit that I wanted to build so that when and if I get a Cozy Reading Nook in real life, I could put the painting on the wall within the Cozy Reading Nook as well as the little model kit in there as well. It'll be sassy. Sassy. All right, 15. We have a 15 all the way up here. All the way up here. It connects to a 29 and a 30. It branches down here. Stops abruptly right there into the 28. Is there any more? Any more? Any 15s in the sky? I think we painted all the 15s that were in the sky. Alrighty then. You know what? I was going to reinstall the Warhammer 40K because they have a big update for it. And then I realized I just couldn't get into it because I already play Arc Raiders and Helldivers, and Warhammer 40K is a horde shooter, but Helldivers 2 is also a horde shooter, and I just think it's more fun in Helldivers. But yeah, the Warhammer 40K, the 2, I actually thought about reinstalling it and trying it. I only got through like 1 or 2 episodes before I uninstalled that. Got a 15 down here. We got anything? What is the time? We got about 10 minutes left on this part because I got to get back to work. Yes, this is going to be spectacular. I love doing ocean scenes. This is what we're looking at here. The sunset, Cliffside. Kind of reminds me of like Big Sur up in like going into the Pacific Northwest, north of California, up into the Pacific Northwest, where you see, as you're driving up, you see all the cliffs that are dropping into the ocean. Just spectacular colors. Spectacular colors. And it's a sunset, so it's just gorgeous. You know, I'd like to do like an Ireland type of painting where you have all those cliff sides that go out. That is some gorgeous. And you can look up these paint by number sites. You can type in like Ireland, and it'll show whatever they happen to have that's based on Ireland, and maybe castles and stuff. And oh yeah, little itty bitty 15 right there. Itty bitty 15. I saw you and I lost you. There it is. A little pyramid shape. Okay, 18s, 16s. That gray-orange transition on the back canyon, sunsetting, wonderful. Yeah. And I mean, I still haven't even added there's still more colors that have to go into that sunset as that night kind of creeps up from the left side here to take over the sunset. It's pretty impressive, yeah. I still have to do the whole cliff area, all the foliage and all the goodies over there. And surprisingly, this is devoid of any trees. There aren't any trees in this. I suppose I could put a happy tree like Bob Ross somewhere on here if I wanted to. I'd just go in a different direction, make it my own, right? Put a happy tree. All right, so we're still looking for 15s. And any other numbers between 1 and 15 that happen to pop up. Thank you for the little hearts. I appreciate it. Let's see. That's a 16. That's a 19. That looks like a 15, but think it's a 19 because it's the same shade as that. All right. Remember we said we had a 13, but I lost it. Can't for the life of me figure out. My eyes may have been screwing up with the 31s here, and the dyslexic may have popped in and said, look, you've got 13s there. No, those are 31s. Good try. Oh, that looks like a 15. Let me look at the magnifying glass. So it looks like a 15 here, but no, that's an 18. So let's look around here and see if we can find. Oh my God, I knew it. I got to go. This is Real Talk Champ, live streaming on YouTube at Real Talk Champ. If we can do a part B to this part 2, we'll certainly do that, but I have to go. I'm sorry, I have to cut this short. Thank you all for watching and hitting that like button, share, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you later. Peace and chicken grease.